say episode 85.
You've ruined it.
I
You've ruined the
updated it
stream.
all.
You had one job.
We're not.
Let's pull up this restream chat.
Shh.
Are we live?
Oh, we are live. I had to shush you during the intro. Hello.
We were just supposed to mute me during the intro.
Well, I didn't hit the mute button. Hey, everyone, just be happy that I got the intro. I found it. Cracked the code. Also, can someone check to see that it says episode 86? Because I am not getting episode 86 on my end, but I definitely put in episode 86 on
Damien
the
says
title.
you are. I don't know what that. Maybe that. 86?
We are live.
Oh, we are live.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Answering me. Thank you, Damien.
Follow along.
Nah, I refuse.
All right.
I'm scrambled.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah. It says
Rough.
episode 86 for Jeff. We can't trust that. We need a second one to confirm.
We got Damien and Jared all say 86.
All right. I guess we're trusting Jared and Damien. Perfect.
It's fair.
All right. Welcome. We got 3 viewers. Woohoo!
Woo! Oh, boy.
Did we put it on the chats? I don't think we put it out to the chats. That's probably why.
I think
You
one
know,
of them.
Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, nothing happening. Nothing.
Nope. No.
Where's our mods? Mods, get on
where's
it.
our mods? We have all these mods, right? How many mods do we have for the live stream? 0? We should tap those 0 mods for our live stream.
Mods, not on the chat. I'm in there. You can't see it.
Share your Genesis content. I see it today at 7 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we got that one on the influencer server.
Oh,
You know, the people that
the one that doesn't
know-
matter. The people that won't. The people that won't come watch.
The people that know at what's going on.
Oh Jesus! How do I
Right.
how do I do this? What is this? Is this community made now? Where am I? Where do I put this?
You put it. You know what? You're Alex. You can put it in community made. You can put it in, official.
I'll put it in general.
Or they're looking for deck boxes. What? We're not looking for deck boxes.
I'm just gonna post it everywhere and get the mods mad at me.
There you go.
Post it in every single channel.
Post it everywhere and hit everyone. Hey
Oh,
Jason,
at everyone.
at everyone. Just
at
at everyone everywhere. All right, it is still August. September is just around the corner. Literally the end of this week is September. That means school starting again, but more importantly, it means we are in Bolt Shot Scare 2022. Where do they all go? Can't find them. I had to go 2 hours north to find 3 bolt shots plus an epic. I was like, oh, I guess I'm taking the epic. I know, Jeff. I saw that too.
Yeah, that is Will Kemp. That's the clean-shaven young man in the video.
I was like, whoa. When did Gabriel come on this podcast?
We found the bolt shots. They're in Damien's deck. He has 14.
14. You only need 10. Get the other 4. I'll buy them.
Just give the other 4 away to the other.
So I don't know when this started.
players.
Was it kind of started? I don't know. I think Dragon World put out a post. Colette put out a post asking for. Was it before Anime North? Were they asking for bolt shots then?
Yep.
And then I started deck building, and I was like, well, I don't want to take this deck apart yet. I don't want to take this deck apart yet. And I want to build these 2 decks. And guess what? They both have Bellum in them, and I need more bolt shots. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, more bolt shots? I thought I had enough, and no one has them. Steve doesn't have any.
I got an idea, Will.
Okay,
here's the plan. You're gonna buy 10 starter decks. This is gonna give you 10 bolt shots, but then you're gonna take the other rest of the deck and make like an angel deck and just sell off the angel deck.
I feel like there's a lot of chaff in those starter decks that I don't need. You need some beta bolts. Oof. I would, maybe talk to Stevo, Dragon World. All the American stores all have just the regulars, J2s. But yeah, I think some people are going to start buying starters because they come with one bolt shot.
I believe in what Jason's saying right now. He was
that?
thinking about this earlier. He says, I think a lot of LGSs have been nice to players providing cheap rares. I think we're at the point where prices of some of these rares have to go up. It's true. But I think I think there's a flux. The other rares are gonna come down.
Yep.
And the specific ones need to go up.
I think there's going to be some shifting. I think you're right. End of this, especially leading into the championship, people coming across. Like, I know myself and I think it was Sid from Heads or Tails. We did a trade with Germany because they have no Anja Tigers out there. They were like, well, we got a bunch of OP ones, so we kind of threw them together, sending them off with a Sid over to hopefully do a trade that way. And it's like, maybe we need to get them, if they're opening a bunch of J2 product over there, he needs to start sending some bolt shots. So it was only one, like you got like what, one bolt shot in a box for the longest time? Well, beta, you got one. If
beta,
you're lucky,
you
got two.
Yeah. Welcome to Jalara. You'd be lucky to get one.
Yeah, and really lucky if you got two per
J2,
box.
J2, you guaranteed one, potentially two, right?
Yes, because you have double rare packs. But
starter deck, guaranteed one.
Yes, Alex shaves. Why'd you shave, Alex? Story time. Yay!
So I was hanging out with a friend this weekend. And then yesterday night, get home, and they're like, hey, I have lice.
The friend?
The friend, yeah. And
I thought it was your kid.
No. Nobody in the household here has lice. But nobody's home, actually. Ironically, they're all away. I had to work, though, so I had to stay behind. So I'm like, oh, fuck. I haven't... Oh, Sid's not here. I don't know, right?
Sorry, YouTube.
No, Joey's here. I'm allowed to swear. Joey's here.
Sorry, YouTube. Don't ban us.
He adds swears. Sid lower, less swears.
Try it again. I'll add it in a beep.
So short answer, I buy a lice comb. I'm just like combing through my hair. I have long hair. I just got my hair dyed. Not that you guys can really tell. There's actually blues in there. Oh, you can see like the glare here. There's blues.
Twist your neck a little more. Yeah, twist. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely saw it there. Great. Thanks.
No, it's right here in this glare. Can you see it? Can you see the blues?
I'm just gonna say yes.
All right, good job. But so it's like I'm picking my hair, and like I haven't had lice since I was a kid. I don't know if you've ever had lice.
I remember, yes, distinctly remember like an oatmeal bath or oatmeal something or other. Yeah.
So I haven't had lice, but I when you pick the hair, you're supposed to like the lice will get caught in the comb, and then you'll get the eggs and whatnot. And like I'm not seeing any lice, but I see lots of white flecks in my hair. Yeah, lice. Honestly, my whole day has just been like, I'm gonna be building a lice card next. That's the only thing coming out of this. So I want to cut off my hair. I want to. I'm like, I can't stand. I'm having the weird itch. I'm like, all right, I'll shave my face. I'll go to the lice clinic in the morning.
That's an actual thing?
Yes,
there's a lice clinic.
There's lice clinics, yeah, and they badmouth all the like the shopper drug marks stuff. That's what they do the whole time.
Tested in Lyco.
License Lyco for.
I say highly suspect. Copyright. That's a copyright name.
Anyway, so I don't know how much of the story you guys want, because I can go in this morning, go to this place at 9 a.m. They say they open at 8. Get there, it's not open.
Oh, it's not open. Oh,
it's just dark. On their window says by appointment only.
Ooh, the old COVID window change. Yep.
So I call, no answer, start walking away. I just decide to walk because I'm like cranky. I already spent $15 to Uber down to here. It's like an hour and a half walk
Did you
back.
tell the Uber that you had lice?
No.
Whoops.
So I start walking off. Eventually they call and they're like, "Yeah, I'll get you in for 1." And I'm like, "All right. Do you usually start working at 1?" They're like, "No, I don't live near that place at all." What the heck? Anyway, long story short, eventually I went to my appointment. Don't have lice. That's good. Oh,
I mean, you look good. Like I said, you look
I look
younger.
weird. I look
You
weird.
look younger.
I'm happy, and then it's not full baby face, so I guess that makes it much better.
We just got.
If you guys want to hear the lice summon, what my design was, so it's just a 1/1 summon that you can either regular beckon, but that doesn't really make sense. You could when you play it, you can put it into your opponent's hand, into their thoughts, and they keep it revealed, and it has a triggered on it, and it says, while this is in your thoughts, or as an ally, at the end of the round you lose 1 life. So if it's in your thoughts, you're going to take a damage, or you can play it and you have to actually kill the lice, even though it's an ally, or you're going to get to constantly take 1 damage each round.
I think you just play it, like unless the aura
costs. You play it, but it's still going to cost like probably 6 aura, right? So at worst, if you're playing this right, you're going to give it to your opponent. They're probably going to take 1 damage. Then they're going to play the lice. Then they're going to exert to kill the lice, right? Like all that extra steps that they have to do because of this lice that's so annoying.
I'll just discard it.
That's an answer, eh? You're gonna pull up those cavises. You're gonna have that cavis tech to defeat the lice.
3 cavis with lice. I would have done lice. All summons in the arena with hair lose 1 life per round. What is this? How does the lice lose life? They're not sucking your blood.
They do. Lice suck your blood.
Do they?
So they eat. That's what they eat.
But they
that's
ate
why
your hair.
Your skull.
They eat your hair follicles.
So they
I don't know what this does. I don't know what this is.
They cling onto your hair just because it's so close to your scalp to get to bite your scalp and drink blood.
Sounds like someone who has lice.
Yeah. So it's like somebody who spent yesterday
in a lice clinic learning about lice.
All right, back on to the more important topic. You were at an event.
Bolt shot scare.
Oh, we want to go over our bolt shot stuff?
No, it's fine. We can move on. I was at an event. Yes.
I saw some pictures from that event, and I heard you don't know how to open your eyes.
Oh, we need the sound effects. Yeah, no, it was good. I was like, I've sort of like been doing some judging and trying some of that out and doing some different things with the game, but I've decided to transition back to focusing on playing more and just getting into events. Now, unfortunately, I came to this decision when there are literally only 1 more Canadian event left.
Hey, important question, Will, before we go on. Lionel just messaged me. Do I send him the Zoom link, not him knowing that we're live?
Ooh, thoughts? I like it.
All right.
I like it. Send him a link. What? Oh, what? Lionel. Oh, just make sure he's not like naked.
You get it.
Never know on the other side of Discord.
I don't have my link prepared. Copy link.
Anyways, so yes, I really enjoyed the event up there in North of Exile. They were very generous.
Can't summon Lionel. There's more than 1 person there. Let them do work, I guess.
They were very generous. I ate way too much ice cream. There was a lot of great people that we met up there. They had a nice little community. Again, they're playing the game very differently than us Southern boys, but they were so welcoming. I think they enjoyed the event. I did not go to try to win. Like I wasn't trying to like destroy and take cards away from this community. So I made sure to hand out cards afterwards to, show that I'm not trying to be the big bad guy coming in here and stealing your event cards. So, but it was really fun. I honestly, having done a few events, watching and other people play, I realized how much I just want to play and how fun it is to actually be at the table making those decisions and I mean, it helps when when you're winning. That's also fun too. But I think there's a great community up there. So you just took the prize.
Just took the prize.
I didn't mean to. I really wasn't sure what was going to happen. It was an untested deck. It was sort of just a brand new sort of concept.
Was it untested? I think the week before we talked about which champion was gonna make it.
We had talked about a deck. We had talked about Satyr. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna show. Let's just reveal the deck. Oh no, it's not on. There it is. That should be on the screen now. All right, so here's the deck. It is Satyr, and Alex and I had talked about how Satyr wasn't being played, how it wasn't, it was sort of being pushed aside. We've had a couple people, brave people, put out their opinions. We have some tier lists showing up now about champions, and we found that even on some of those lists, Satyr was down in the B's and C's range. And both Alex and I have been part of Future League, and we've played what was Commander at that point. Yep. And we had lots of discussions about how Commander stats can be played even without the summons, and Alex was like, nah, you need to have summons. That's my rendition of you.
Good. That's a good one.
And we sort of built an air deck, so I sort of put some pieces together, then Alex went with it, and we end up determining between the two of us that you want to play roughly about 30 summons, right? I think that's where we sort of landed. This has 32.
Yeah, I actually thought, I feel like it's a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more skewed. I'd like to see maybe up to 35 with this. Like the more I played her now.
Yeah. I missed 3 to 4 triggers.
Yeah.
Out of 6 games. And those games lasted about 3 to 5 rounds each. And so I didn't miss very often. Now, I wasn't always hitting the top end, but I was hitting a summon.
It doesn't need to be the top end. That's the most important thing. Just getting that even that 3 chi that is going to give you extra turn economy is all that you need.
And you get it right away, right? Current, like you get that extra turn because you're going to almost always use that summon that comes down first.
One other thing that is not really thought about is even if it is a 3 chi, right? You're taking that 3 chi off the deck, so you're drawing something else.
Something better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the part that I want to stress, and I think you as well, we were both saying that people are sleeping on this, is that instead of thinking of this as just a summoner that gets an extra body, think of this as the reverse of Nubia.
Yeah.
Right? So Nubia draws 2 cards at the beginning of turn and then has to play the cards from hand. This one gets to look at a card, potentially play it, and then draw another card.
Yeah.
Okay? If you don't reveal it, then you're going to draw that card. And there was a couple times where I drew a summon and I looked at the summon and I didn't reveal because I didn't need to, or I was in a bad position to put that in. So you don't have to reveal. But if you reveal, then you have to pay the summon cost. I did not pull the flex move where I, reveal the bolt shot. Oh, the bolt shot showed up. Sorry. Do you want to come close to me? Right? But I wasn't going to be. If I had faced Sid or Yan when I was there, I would have definitely done that. But
done it to them.
But yeah. So this deck it works really well. It's a summoner deck. You're playing a lot of summons, but the key is that all your non-summons are just very good cards, right?
Yeah.
Otins, if you need to, things aren't going well. Malicious Persuasion, Bolt Shots, and Malefic Impalements.
So I think Malicious Persuasion is the only one I've never run in a Satyr deck. It makes sense that it's there. And I say that because I don't really remember all the decks that I've run in Future League.
Well, you were running the air version, which Blow Away, right? Blow Away gets a boost when you're running an air-based deck.
That's true.
And I hummed and hawed with it, and you know what? These 4 Lulus could probably be blowaways. The Lulu is probably the worst part of the whole thing. It's like, oh, I got a Lulu. It's like, whatever. However, I will say that when you pull the Lulu off at the end of round and they are surrounded by summons, it is a very hard decision for them to make. Right? Because that Lulu is going to go first, and if it's got a lane to go in and hit, and they have summons on either side, right? That's almost like they're going to take a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
If I go first.
Yeah.
So sometimes they would just pay because they didn't want the extra turn or the extra body, right? Whether or not, like, that's a hard decision to make sometimes. Early game, it's like, oh, I'll pay. It's like, okay, you paid. Sure.
Yeah.
But that's probably the one thing I would change.
Was there any unique decks there that you saw? Anything new and exciting?
So the Tashir deck was really cool. Like, it was, it had some bad draws. Like, it wasn't pulling the top end damage. And they've already decided to change what their deck was sort of doing a little bit. They're going to add some different pieces in. There was an Odara deck there, which was really interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah. And there was even an Iblis.
Yeah.
But the Iblis struggled because, just too much aura spending or too much energy spending. But they were definitely exploring different lists.
That's good.
So, but I don't think any of the players up there had necessarily seen the Infernal Crawlers or the Darting Lamosas being used. And again, dash is a really powerful word. So I do have to give a shout out to Sid, because on the stream when I was building the deck, I was trying to force the Death Companions because we had done that in Future League. And then I was like, okay, Death Companions, but I want to add these Infernal Crawlers because I really think, it'd be really cool to see Infernal Crawlers coming in on the end of round and then having a turn, sort of like a pseudo blitz with dash combination.
Yeah.
And then that's when Sid piped. I was like, well, why don't you just go all in on the dash? And so I have to give a lot of the deck props to him, because he forced me to, or persuaded me to go into the Lamosas. So
so you're saying you didn't do anything at all. It was all Sid. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, go bug him for all your deck building needs, please.
I already saw people reaching out to you about deck building op needs. Like, oh, they saw that you won, and now they're like, hey, Will, let's talk about deck building. Who's this
Will guy? I thought he was a judge. But yeah, it was a really fun deck. If you want to try it out, give it a shot. If you like summons, play summons. This may, I'm not saying it has, but I could see this deck replacing Idiris.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Like, just from like what I would play or would, for my own. I want to see you pilot Odara. So take out all the yellow cards and leave everything else, and that's your Odara deck.
So yeah, that's about right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I don't know how Jared actually feels about the Odara, but I don't know. The Odara that was there, were they running the crawlers?
No, they had a bit of like what they had build, which was really interesting, because they had some Death Companions. I actually had some OP. They had handed out some OP kits, and they had some Death Companions, so I gave them a few more for their deck. And they had some Cackling Scavengers in their deck, so a little bit of a mix. But it's just because they had like 2 ofs and 3 ofs and a few like lower end like numbers of cards. They didn't pull them at the right time, so that was the first game of my day. So but yeah, it was an interesting Odara build. I think I like that people are still trying to explore Odara, but I would say her stats just
I don't need to talk about Odara anymore. I've done that enough.
Yeah.
But I do think that if you're gonna try Odara, definitely try it with the crawlers.
Yeah, it's almost built for, right? It's built for her. Like, it's still, but that 110, 135 though, like with Satyr, I had aura to spare.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Like 135 with aura to spare was just like, it's just crazy, right? And like at one point, multiple games, I was like, I don't need to summon anything else. I'm good. Like, I stopped playing cards. All the summons are up there. They're dealing with it. They're coming from all sides. like the fact that the Infernal Crawler can move 4 spaces, the amount of like dashes and then your 2 movements with rotation, you can go like in like full like a lot of weird spots.
Yeah.
Especially when you malicious persuasion the second trigger, so you actually go 5 spots. It was pretty mean. But the what was I gonna say? I forget now. But yeah, there's at one point I'm holding on to 3 Otons and 2 bolt shots in my hand, and I have 5 cards, and I'm just sitting behind this wall of summons. It's like, well, if you eventually do get to me, like,
yeah,
my chances are I'm going to evade and then kill you. But
good question. What are some of the changes to the list that you've been thinking about since the tourney?
I think it's just the Lulus. I think the Lulus are just the 10 aura. Like, so tower. So there's actually a really weird. I got to do it twice. It's when you step up, and then they step up to sort of like get off the back line. You drop the Tower Sphinx in front of you, and now they happen to be in range. Maybe a mistake to do that, but it's only 2 damage, right? But then I was able to drop the Infernal Crawler at the end of round, activate it first,
attack?
double dash, you respond with the Tower Sphinx, and it hits for 3. And it's like, it's an automatic almost hit for 3 most of the time. So I think you could almost go up to 9 of those, but you'd be getting too many of them. Probably your chances of getting them off the end of round would be much greater. So I don't know. It's those 4 cheese. I don't know if it's 2 3s and 2 5s, if it's just a different 4 chi. But I liked a lot of the numbers. Like, I only have 9 summons in the 3 chi, and I have way more of the other ones, right? So I've reduced the numbers pretty well. But
yeah,
that would be the only spot. Those 4 Lulus. It's too memey. It's too like, oh, do you want to pay the 3 or like,
yeah?
And it's 10 aura. Like, it is a 3/3, right? If they don't pay, that 3/3 can still hit for 3, but the range of the Tower Sphinx, man, 9 aura for that thing. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the Tower Sphinx. It's definitely a staple in the air deck as well.
Yeah, it would be, right? Because it's air damage.
Yeah.
So your air build, what's the differences there? You have the Ahiams, right?
The air support pretty much. I'm not actually looking at your deck, so that's my mistake. It's just a whole bunch of air stuff. Your 3 cheese are your
Hawajins.
2 Hawajins. Your 4 cheese are the Sphinxes. 5 cheese. I don't think I ran any.
Yeah, this has no 5 chi in it. This is just a blank spot there for 5s.
No, yeah.
Then you have your Ahiams at 6.
Ahiams. And then I had some air soldiers at 7.
Air soldiers,
yeah.
Have you found that the air soldier gets its 7 chi value?
I think so. So I think the most important thing, it depends what you're comparing the 7 chi spectrum. So I don't know if it gets the full value that a Baruch gets. I might put it right under the Baruch because it's a 6 health summon, and we've had a lot of 6 health 7 cheese, but they're all action speed attacks.
Right.
So you don't even get that minimum 3 damage in. So that the AOM usually gets that minimum of 3 damage.
Right.
And if it eats up your opponent's 1 big card or 2 medium cards, you've gotten the value in.
Right.
That's where I put it. I put it before Baruch. After Baruch. After Baruch.
I saw that happening. I was like, do I stop this or do I maybe the cat will turn around? No. Full tail. Yeah, so I maybe I haven't played with it enough, but because if it's the 4th ability, right?
I can't remember if it's 4th or 3rd off the top. It's gotta be, I think it's 4th.
Oh, we have this open. Air Soldier. When Air Soldier plays its cast ability, if it is the 3rd, it's a 3rd ability on the stack, then copy it, and Air Soldier may choose a new target spot for the copy.
Yeah.
Now that can choose the same spot, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's another thing. We talk about summons, having AoE attacks. This is one of those summons with an AoE attack.
Yeah, it's true.
Sure.
It's close. Like you have to be
left, forward, right.
Yeah.
It's got good awareness.
It's got
That's
good
the
awareness.
other thing about it. Like it's It's not a big summon where two small/medium creatures can chip in at it because it can easily defend its sides.
True.
Another thing about it.
Yeah, and if you line it up correctly, you can have a whole bunch of. Then that 7 Chi's doing 6 damage potentially, or 2 3s worth of damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. The championships coming up. What would you like to see at the championship, Will?
Well, I would like to see some Genesis being played. No. So we're gonna have the main event. Yes. I think last time we had the only side event. No one really took advantage of the drafts. Like the main event took a long time. So if I was being honest, I feel like with the time frame that Genesis offers and the amount of players that potentially could be there, I would like it to be a 2-day thing. I don't know if it can be.
I think I can spoil that because I don't think that breaks anything. It will be a 2-day event.
Wow.
I don't know if you knew or not.
I didn't
tell that was sarcasm. Oh, wow.
I wasn't. I was like, wow, you could have told me before. That's exciting. So we'd do like a Swiss and then a top cut the next day.
Yes. Yeah.
So that frees you up for doing a bunch of other things, right? So
yeah.
I would like to see some really fun side events where the people who are competing in the tournament still get a chance to do those side events, right? Like I'm thinking like pack battles, right? That's something really easy. Just have a table set up, 4 or 6 chairs in a spot, and you just come and you get your 4 people, and you just do a pack battles, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know, what other fun ideas are there?
So I will talk about like the schedule. I know Sid, because I'm working on the main event schedule, but Sid wants to put some of the more fun, bigger side events after the main event so that some of those people can join into those side events. Because like last time we had to go all day, but now we don't really have to go all day. Half the day can be the Swiss, and you're gonna have the other half be the next day. So you don't need to cram it all in one day.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So like we're talking like drafts or like sealed or like.
Well, that's what I'm asking. What do you want to see?
Well,
now is your chance, Will.
I know some people have been saying or been asking for like some sealed events and drafts, right?
I can guarantee that they'll be probably sealed in draft. Yeah. Like that's even a question. Are we doing the draft event again? Is it worth doing that big draft event again? Where
was there a sealed like champion or anything last time? Like I never heard anything.
No, nobody of note. Nobody of merit.
Nobody of importance. Okay, cool.
A chaos draft. That's an interesting one.
That'd be
doing one of each pack, pretty much.
I think there's possibility to play around with like maybe it's like a free for all something, right? Like you're gonna have 4 people go in, you're just gonna have a big battle, right? Like after our event at North of Exile, we had a 6-player. Now we were doing pack battles, but 6-player, 2 mats, and it was very chaotic. But what if you did that with like decks, either like a limited deck or like an actual constructed deck, even?
Yeah, it's one thing I've been wanting to do, and I just keep not thinking about it to do it. I want to make a giant oversized mat, so you don't have to use 2 mats.
Yeah.
I just want to do it. I just want to make one, right? Like, why not? Have one pre-made, and you don't need to do that extra thing. But yeah, I don't see why not. Like having the pack battles. But so here's the important thing for you: what do you need out of a prize wall or prize pool type thing for these side events? What do you think's a good thing? Do you want to see new promos? Do you want to see foils? Do you want to see stuff that already exists? What is it you'd like to see?
All right. So as far as prizing, I'm going to speak for everyone and say we would like to see access or the ability to get the missing circuit promos for those people who haven't had those, right? So there's there's a Germany event happening next week, and I don't know getting those promos is going to be really difficult. There's only even the Lost Star event, right?
Yeah.
As far as people here at Heads or Tails, one person went, they got one promo, right? So is there a way to re-access or gain access to some of those promos that weren't used, right? Because there was like expecting 50 people, so I'm assuming at least 50 promos were printed, but we didn't have 50 people, so there are extra promos of those lying around. Alternate
Joey, you're writing these down, right?
Oh,
like Joey, you better write them
we had
down.
a bunch of questions actually. Did we miss a bunch?
No, I think people are just excited for the championship. There was one question was, did I think about Longma? I think I had actually 1 or 2 Longmas in the air deck. I think so. I'll double check that and get back to you. I like Longmas.
Yeah. Yeah, Longma is actually like really cool. Like sort of yeah, it's a pretty cool card.
Damien says Invasion promos, early release.
Ooh. Joey's saying past promos that are out of print. Ooh, maybe the CNY, the Chinese New Year promos, or like.
Isn't that in the recycling program? Isn't that in there?
Okay, does not everyone may participate in this recycling program?
Maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe they'd like to see.
Okay, alt arts. I don't like, but we've been hearing that alt arts are difficult because you have to commission new artwork, and how do you get that in time? I mean, I would love alt arts. We've seen
last championship we debuted. I've lost name, and he does the chibi things. You ever heard of this guy?
Chibis.
A Jacido or something. A Jacido.
Oh,
the guy. Yeah, I think we had some chibi things going on at that time.
Speaking of, look at these. He's got new ones. Hey, Judge, are these tournament legal?
No, unfortunately, he made them himself. He didn't.
What do you mean?
Reach out to us.
What?
Show us the back of them.
1 second. I'm showing you the back of the promo. See, that's the back.
Yeah, well, okay, it's legal. What can I say? Legal. Anything with a proper back is a legal card.
Nah, it's got this logo on it. Unofficial proxy.
If only those were official, unofficial proxy.
Official, unofficial. Good.
New art appreciation cards.
Ooh.
Okay, that's an interesting one. That's true.
Yeah, there's some really good arts. That Emergent Worms are really nice artwork. Longma is actually a pretty cool artwork. Malefic Impalement, we'd like to see that bigger, right? That is Satir's staff, right?
Yeah, the spear, yes.
Flavor. Art foil treatment promos instead of new art, say Bolt Shot with some maybe some what's that called? So selective foiling or whatever. Yeah,
selective foiling. Grand Brand Hot Dogs had an LM art appreciation, please. So funny story about LM. It's actually Demion's least favorite artwork.
I love that piece of art.
He almost got a chance to redo the artwork recently, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and then he got taken away from him.
What? The artwork's I was always told that it was sort of like the Black Lotus style artwork with like.
And he wants to do more. He wants it better. He thinks he can do better. That's why. Not saying it's not good. He believes he can do better. That's where he's at with that.
Well, he has proven that with Epiphany, right? The new Epiphany for the VIP or the championship promo, it was a huge step up.
Yeah.
And have we seen that new Death Companion?
Yep.
Do I need to go find the image again? Like that new Death Companion, that is crazy good.
A better alum? Maybe, who knows?
Artwork. You're not drawing 2 cards. There's
draw 30 cards. Draw 50 cards. ZW42 says we can all pitch in and cover his feet and make a new alum artwork.
Are you sure about that? Genesis is getting big. Hopefully, that'd be really cool. Alt art treatments, all those things are really like a lot of fun.
I just want to ask the crowd, because one person said sealed events. He's really excited for sealed events. What formats would you guys like to see? Put that out there. You guys can answer in a few bit. Continue, Will. Sorry.
how about other things other than cards?
Oh yeah, that's exact. Yeah. What non cards would you like to see? What's that? What's that? What you got, Will?
Boom! Kickstarter edition. Maybe you could say championship. Whoa, where's my face? Championship edition.
Ooh.
Or we could have, well, we've had lots of posters recently, but
Last championship, we had a special championship playmat. Do you think we need a new one again?
I didn't get that one. I forgot. I
Oh,
forgot to get it. Oops.
it's a pretty one. That's a good
It
one.
was a pretty good one. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a mat would be pretty cool. But I was also going to suggest maybe even that top 8 or people at the top get a, like a stamped card. Could we get something that's unique to those positions?
Mm.
Right? Like a lot of events that I've seen some other games do, they award, not necessarily monetary gains, but like actual like stamped cards, right? Cards that say,
Yes.
Top 8, top 32, right? And there's some different versions of that.
All right. Okay. This comes into one of my topics that I need to ask. Definitely the crowd. I need to hear your opinion. How do you feel when you get a signed card that is neither the artist or the designer?
What are you referencing there, Alex?
I've noticed some signed cards from the Kickstarter that you get Sid's signature on, and it's not his cards. I didn't know he was signing non-Sid cards. Stuff like that. That's what I wanted to know about. Like what people's opinions are.
It's kind of funny. But like, it is the creator, right? So his name is technically on the card.
Value. Like we know it's not like
his name
it's not ruining the card. You're not getting a Will Kemp signature on your card. We got that.
I don't want that. Never asked for that.
A side mat. That's a pretty good idea.
I feel like our mat, as we add more things, is gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh yeah, so we'll take our same mat, but we're gonna add a side to it, and then maybe we need a back row or something else, and it's like, oh. This is a big question though, right? As we get more things attached to our champion, where do those cards actually go?
Yeah, I play it off to the side. I don't know. I think in the rulebook it says you put them off to the side.
Yeah, I think there's a space in the rulebook, right?
Yeah,
like it's off the actual arena. But having done that, played some Korean, totally forgot that my awareness had changed. I know that's on me and that I'm an idiot, but still it's not there, right? Now we have been, or with the players I've seen, have been sliding the Hearty Soups underneath to sort of represent that it's lingering. And then the what's it called? Dense fog usually kind of goes off to the side. The drop breaks I've seen off to the side.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on how much upkeep the card requires. Like the breaks, they're gonna need the dice, you're gonna put the counters on it. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Rama Brand Hot Dog wants to know, will you sign their Necrolich?
Nope. Can't. Not my card.
So he will sign the
Pestilent
Mycophores and Emergent Worms.
I'll sign that one. I think I know who Grandma Brand Hot Dogs is, but I'm not sure. So I'm not sure who's saying that. But I think they're under disguise. They're not using their same login. Trying to sneak in here. For limited play, I prefer sealed over draft. Yes, sealed. Yeah. Draft is definitely difficult. Like, it takes a long time to do the draft. But I think there could be a space. There could be a table set up if you want. Hey, go over there, do a draft, right? Like,
for sure.
Yeah. I think you could have a designated space for that, right? Where people could just choose to. But that's also how like Pack Wars works, right? Like if you had 4 people, you crack open a single pack, everyone brings a pack, and you just sit down, you can just play a game, and no one has to like be there sort of like directing an event. It can just be open to play. Right? Like I think last time we had all the rows of tables. We had the merch, and then we had, the store. But there wasn't really a designated spot for people just to play, right? Like you either had to wait till a spot came up, but we were pretty packed.
Yeah, it's true.
For the main event, anyways.
Yeah. You get there, you sound like you're dying.
I feel it, yeah. Too much buble. So but event is November, right? 19th. I think we're pretty much definitely like 2 months, less than 2 months. No.
3 months technically. Well, 2.5, right?
2.5. Hey, we're 2.5 months.
Hey, we're almost in September. We have one more day of August.
That's crazy to think about.
I found that August went by really fast. I don't know if you felt that same way.
Is that because all of your cons were done and over? Or because you were at Fan Expo? Oh, what happened at Fan Expo?
A lot of people. A lot of people were at Fan Expo.
A lot of people. Did anyone go to? Did you go by the Mint booth? Did they have any Genesis?
I went with Jason Greenberg. He he sent in one of his cards. He cried about the week before he actually just shipped out his pre-alpha. He sent his pre-alpha the week before because we didn't say this till the day of. / it was just a new thing. Do we have a location yet? Oh, do we have a location yet? I am not in permissions to say the location yet, unfortunately.
Oh, Toronto.
I assume for you being the championship. Yeah,
Ontario. It'll be in Ontario.
Assume Toronto, Ontario, but
Joe, it's at your house. We didn't tell you. We're all coming there. We're crashing.
Sorry. So yeah, we went by the MNT booth. I'm trying to think of what he sent to get.
They were handing out the angels, right?
I know what he got, but he had to put something in. You had to send something for grading.
Oh, I see.
Right, to get it.
And he come back a gem mint, Jason? Was it gem mint 10?
So he didn't do the grading right there. He didn't. So if you did the grading right there, you didn't get the fancy box. So he's like, I want the fancy box. You want the hard case. They have like he did the art appreciation angel.
Nice.
That is what he sent in. Which is, I think it's a little sad that they didn't have the fancy boxes to just get them done in there.
Right.
Like that I would have done some. Probably. I would have went home, picked up some stuff, got it done.
right there.
Right. But that's why I sent Jason to do it first. I'm lazy. If it gets done right then and there, I'll do stuff.
Wow.
All right. So that being said, if I can't guarantee that they'll be there, if MNT is at the championship, you can get some stuff graded then. Would you?
Would I? I don't know.
Would you?
I have started putting some of my extras aside, like going through being like, hey, which of my beta Brooks looks the best and hasn't been used too much.
Yep.
So I've never been one to actually, I don't have a graded card. I've never done a grading of anything. I guess I could. I mean, I've never really, I don't know. I've never seen, because you have to put so much money in to get it graded, right? You're paying for a service.
Yeah.
And then you get the card back, and then you're hoping that what you've put into that grading service nets you more coming out, right?
Yeah.
So I have put aside a few things that I think that are either potentially could be maybe worth something, but that's never really how I approach this game, right? It's more about getting the cards I need to play versus getting the cards graded and then not playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I did pull aside because I have to confirm it. We don't know yet, right? But first printing of the Epic and Rage Gorilla, I think, is severely underprinted because I've only seen 3 of them in the wild, and that's one of them took so long to find, and one of them I found randomly, so I snagged it, but I don't know.
No clue.
Right? We won't know until we get some analytics on that, right? But
let's see. Do I have anything on that stuff? I don't remember.
So I just know that some of the Heads or Tails community had a really hard time trying to track down a not the borderless one, but like just the epic version of Enraged Gorilla from the first print.
First print.
Yeah. So I think maybe where it was, and again, we don't know this information. No one's done the research or actually looked into it. I think where it was may have been along that same road that was getting all damaged, and maybe they got pulled out so there was less printed got through, or maybe we just didn't open them. I don't know.
Okay, I just had a thought. The auction, there was an auction last championship. Do you think that we need to do more auctions? Do you expect to see that there?
Will we get more reprints from Fabled Legends? Fabled Legends.
Oh, what's Fabled Legends?
Fabled Legends of TCG says,
Fabled Legends said,
hey, will we get more reprints? I thought they were asking me.
Is this a question about the championship or just in general, like life?
I think
we get more reprints.
I think it's probably general. We saw what, 6 reprints in Origins, or was it 5?
More than that.
No, don't include upgrades though. Straight reprints.
Yeah, it might be 5. It's 5, 6, 7. It's 5 to 7, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So we had Jump, Dedicated Studies,
Tsunami, Air Shield,
Death Eater.
Was
there a Bellum one? Oh, Air Shield. Yeah.
Air Shield. Yeah.
I think it's on. So 5. So there was 5 reprints in Vampire Kiss. Were reprinted in Origins, and I think the goal is always to have cards that are required or necessary to be accessible in some way, right? So technically, as much as people like it or not, like OP kits are full of reprints. They are all reprints.
Yeah. So my question to you, Fable, is what card are you hoping to see reprinted? Because I could say yes, there's going to be more reprints, but if it's not a specific card, does it matter? If I reprint Skeleton Warriors, so I need to know what you want to see reprinted.
Yes, JC. Alex is shaved tonight. Welcome to the stream, JC. Bolt shot. Yeah.
So if I can straight up tell you that you won't see Bolt shot reprinted in the next set, especially because Bolt shot is currently in J2 as well as the starter decks, and those are not out of print.
Dark Attacks. Interesting.
We would only be looking at cards to be reprinted that aren't in circulation already right now. If that makes sense. Now, as a promos or stuff like that, upcoming promos, sure, all right, Bolt Shot could always get promo.
How many arts of Bolt Shot? I've been collecting every art of Bolt Shot. I don't need any more Bolt Shots. Bolt Shots. Pressure Point. Pressure Points are in the OP kits, Patreon packs. I agree. There could be some more. Aura Surge. There's a
Aura Surge. Yeah, there's a good one. I would say Aura Surge is one that does not have a reprint. Aura Surge is getting a reprint. There's a spoiler for you guys. There you go. Spoiler. First Invasion spoiler. Aura Purge. Aura Surge is in Invasions.
Aura Purge. You guys need to stop changing one letters on some of these cards.
You can blame Carl for that. Carl named the card.
Can't get my hands on older cards at all. So can you not get any? You can't get any J2? Because I think Joey's in the chat, and Joey will hook you up with J2.
Yeah.
J2 is all reprints.
Yeah.
Everything. If you're looking for stuff older than J2 or stuff that's not in J2, that I can definitely understand.
Yes.
Right? Because Ajna Tigers, Rain of Arrows, these things are in OP. But, maybe not every community is getting OP packs at the same pacing.
Yeah.
If you're not doing, or you're not involved in OP, or your store is not involved in OP, reach out to some stores that are, right? Like I know the Heads or Tails community does a lot of events. Dragon World does a lot of events. There's a lot of OP packs being handed out to people that already have some of these cards. I have J2, but nothing past that. So you're looking for some of the older stuff.
So the only cards that that we're talking about that it hasn't been reprinted in OP or stuff like that is
mass reprinted, right?
The thing that hasn't been mass reprinted, because I do consider OP mass reprinted because it's still constantly going out every week.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. But I mean, like, you can't count Holy Wall, right? Holy Wall was just a Patreon only promo.
That's what I was gonna say. Holy Wall and Aura Surge are the main two. Like,
Assad Tiger is only one.
Is it an OP?
Oh, not in OP.
Not in OP.
Okay. Engulfing Wrath, maybe, but
yeah, Engulfing Wrath was on my list. Was originally on my list. Those three I would see. But other than that, there's no
libraries.
No, don't get out of here.
Now I know who this is.
You got too far.
I know who this is now. He's revealed himself. The libraries of Saha's player. We know who you are. Yeah, those there is still some there are still some cards I think that players getting in now, and this is not necessarily okay. I want to put this out there that this is not necessarily the fault of ACG not reprinting them. It's the players' fault for not playing them or showcasing that we need them, right? Assad Tigers were notoriously not played for years, right, and years. Now, because we have ESSA with 3 energy reduction, we have a lot more 2 energy reductions in Thymos. And also, people exploring, because we had enough time to explore Fang or Fong a little bit more. There is a great reason to have that card sort of show up again, because it is a very good card when you look at it in certain shells.
Yeah. But that being said, Fable Legends, if there are specific cards you can't find, you can reach out to me. I can try to direct you to people who might have some.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's reach out to communities that are playing, because I know a lot of people at Heads or Tails, we have a lot of the older cards accessed, but we're also playing constantly for the OP stuff. So some of us like to move the OP to people that need it, right? So definitely reach out into the fan server or into directly into different communities for sure. Do we have any announcements for this week?
No, I didn't get Shahan harassing me to do anything, so nothing special. There probably is something on the fan server. I don't know though.
We do have the German circuit coming up. I think it's next week on the 9th. No. The 10th? The 10th.
And then the week after that we have
the month
South
after
Carolina?
that. Oh no, South Carolina is the 17th. That's correct. We have 2 back-to-back. I was going to take a train to South Carolina, but then I realized that it's 28 hours. I was like, I don't have the time for that.
If you really want to go, there's a whole bunch of people who are like thinking about going. You guys just need to group up and get like a bus.
Party bus?
Yeah. Like, I know Greenberg was looking about going, but he's like, he wants to split up the ride,
Yeah. I don't want to do any driving. That's the problem. I want to get there really fast. I don't want to do any driving, and I don't want to pay for flights. which equals I'm just not going. Okay. But I think it's gonna be fun. I think that community is really starting to take off, so I'm really excited to see what comes out of that. Even the Germany circuit, I hope that we get some sort of way to at least witness or see some of the events, because I think they're going to have a really cool event there too. So
yeah, that'd be cool.
But anyways, I think it's 8 o'clock. You have a standing meeting at 8, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all, and hopefully you have yourselves a good evening, and hopefully this wasn't too chaotic. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.